Yay. Okay. So I would love to hear any questions that y'all have. I love the live coaching element of these smaller groups. Hi, Haley. And I also wanted to walk everybody through how to help people to Fast Start Director, how to get there yourself, and how to get to Fast Start Executive, and just do a bit of a mapping call because so many people on this call have those goals. And have any of you gotten to do like a mapping to executive? I know Ilsa and I did one yesterday, and it was really fun and helpful. Woo! Awesome. So I first just want to bring up the UBT Summer Accelerator so y'all can see it. Let me share. Okay. So you all know that this is happening, but it's amazing because, as you know, whenever you get three UBT or you share three, a ULT in a week, three ULTs in a week with a smart order, you get 500 free points. And if you get 10 in a month, you get 1,000 free points. So that is the same, but on top of that, whenever you get 6 UBT, you get an additional 600 free points plus $100. If you get the 10 UBT, you get that 1,000 that you normally get, and you get another 400 on top of that, so 1,400. And then with the 15 UBT, you get an additional 500 points. So these are cumulative. So I'll go through that with you. But I just wanted to let you know, like, because of that, it is so, we really want to take advantage of it because it's amazing how quickly you can hit these goals. So go ahead and just grab a pen and a pencil because I want to do, just have you actually write this down. So let's first focus on helping somebody to Fast Start Director. Okay, so as you know, Fast Start Director is 2,500 points. And you come in and you have, if you get your own, when you come in with your kit, you get 270 points. So just go ahead and write that down. And then week 1 of your friend coming in, you just want to keep it really simple and help them find 3 people that want to do this with them. So just who do you know that would love to do this with you? Friends, family, sister. And just help them get on the call with 3 people. And what I've been doing is I've been taking people's credit card information and getting their, mailing address and their email and just signing up and setting up an account for them. Or alternatively, you can walk them through the phone and do it with them. But you're letting them know that value of the smart order, really getting into a 90-day support. And then I like to make sure that they're going to get the right kit and everything that they need and they get their smart order set up. I like to just set it up for them because it's really simple and easy. Whereas other people, when they're just doing it their first time, it's kind of confusing, right? So you're helping them support 3 people in a week. So that's 220, which is a ULT, plus 220, plus 220. And then because of that, you get the free 500 points, so plus 500. So that equals 1,160 points plus their 270 from their kit. And they're already at Fast Start Consultant. That's 1,430 points. So they've received that $100 bonus. You've received that $100 bonus for helping them. And again, it's just everyone has 3 people that would love to do this with them, just like helping them get into their warm market of friends and family and community. And then that's week 1. And then week 2, you're going to help them do the exact same thing. So 3 more people. And the way that I love to help people find this is like, say that they're doing it with their friend or their sister or their community, just asking them on the phone, like, who do you know that would love to do this with you, that would love to get healthy with you? Because it's way more fun to do it with accountability. So oftentimes they're like, oh yeah, my sister or my friend, or let's just order a kit for my friend right now. I totally want to do it together. So rather than getting 1 kit, you can get 2 or 3 or 4 kits, and help people to be successful in that community. So week 2, you're helping them with 3 more ULTs. So that's 220 plus 220 plus 220. And if it's like a ULT plus immune, it's obviously going to be a lot easier. And then that gives them the free 500 points. And again, you're either taking people's credit card information or helping walk them through to make sure that they're getting that smart order set up because it's of their benefit. And so that equals 1,160 plus the 1,430 that we already have. Plus now they've hit 6 UBTs. So they get an additional 600 free points. So now they're at 3,190 points. They've surpassed Fast Start Director. And that's in 2 weeks. So that's exciting. And then if you have more time with them, if they're in week 2 of the month, you might as well support them to Fast Start Executive because they're already halfway there. So we're just going to do the same thing. And you can work with their current customers, asking them again, like, who do you know that would love to get the same results that you have? Who do you know that would also love hormone balance? Who do you know that also wants to lose weight? Who do you know that also wants to have more energy or sleep better? And this is a great tip for all of you, going back to all of your current customers, and asking, who do you know? Not do you know somebody, but who do you know? Because it's more direct. So then week 3, we're really benefiting our new brand partners by helping them get into this rhythm of 3. And this is how Michelle Boersma got to 2-star crown in a year, is she just duplicated this rhythm of 3 and made it the norm, made it like, yes, this is just how we do it. And it's going to benefit your brand partners because it's going to be the most efficient path to their goal. So it's going to save them time and energy. So week 3, we're going to do the same thing. It's 220 plus 220 plus 220. That's 3 ULTs with a smart order, which also gives you the 500 free points plus 500. And now we have 1,160, 1,160 plus 3,190. And now they're already at 5,510 points. It's amazing. And then week 4, all we need is 1 ULT. And even if week 3 and week 4, they don't get the full 3, it's still going to work out mathematically. So week 4, they get 1 ULT, that's 220 points. And they get the 1,000 points because now they've hit 10 UBT. So plus 1,000 free points. And because of the accelerator, they get an additional 400 free points for hitting 10 in a month. Because they hit 6 and they got those 600 free points, and now they've hit 10. So they get a total of 1,000 free points, 400 more. So now, just with that one extra kit, the 10 in the month, they're at 7,170 points. So they've surpassed executive. And obviously that's just all on customer volume. So I want to show you if does anybody have questions on that so far? Is that making sense? Yeah, go for it.
Sorry, what was the total points then with this model?
Yes, 7,170 points. Mhm.
7,000. Sorry, can you repeat that again?
Oh,
Sorry.
7,170 points.
0. Thank you.
Yeah. And so, that is with the 10 UBT throughout the full month. And you really want to help people get one UBT, the 3 per week, because it only counts for, one UBT a week. But that gets you into that simple like 3 a week, 3 a week, 3 a week. And I'm going to share some ideas of how to get those 3 a week as well. So alternatively, what you could do is you could help one brand partner to director or to fast start director, and that's 2,500 points. And as we noticed, from the beginning, when we helped our first person with that week 1 and that week 2, they were already at 3,190. So we're halfway to executive. Now, if you teach one person to get to fast start director and you bring yourself to fast start director, you're already at executive. So follow the map to fast start director and help one other person to do it, and you're there. Um, yeah. And then, with that, you're helping somebody to fast start director. They're getting that $400 bonus. You're helping them to fast start consultant. They're getting a $100 bonus, and you're getting all those matching bonuses. So you've both just received an additional $500. And if you help them to fast start executive, they receive a $1,000 bonus, which is amazing. And you receive a $500 matching bonus. So you can see if you help like 3 new fast start directors a month, how much that adds up, or one new fast start executive a month, like that really adds up for them and for you. And it gives people so much excitement, hitting these goals at the end. And so it really just requires like holding people's hand at the end. And Julie, I'd love for you to share your story because it was so exciting. Last day of the month, basically needed 3 more ULTs and you completely made it happen. So I just would love to hear your story of how that worked out for you and how you made that commitment and decision.
Well, first of all, I did RPM with you on Monday, which was really, thank you, Shannon. You're such a witness. If you were there, you saw that I was really rock bottom. And and I just like kind of like released myself to the program and did everything that Rita told me to do on the call and wrote down my goals and really focused on how I would feel. Um, and like it was just a matter of releasing ego, releasing expectations, but focusing on what I would feel. Now I'm going to start crying again.
Mhm.
Um, and by by the time I had done that, I did actually make a sale the Sunday before um, with my friend, which was a lot of back and forth and communication. But she did finally buy the order and then confirmed that she got all her little gifts. So that was really helpful. It was really helpful to have the Memorial Day sale.
Mhm.
I reached out to so many people. I must have reached out to 15 people. This is a sale. This is a sale. This is the only time. This is the only time you can have this sale. You get all these free gifts, just like kept on texting like every 2 or 3 hours I'd think of somebody else. Oh yeah, I'm gonna text them. They were really more on the fence.
Yeah.
And then my neighbor just out of the blue, I text her, I don't know how many times, maybe twice that day. Really, this is the day. And she bought it for her and her husband.
Mm.
She didn't do the smart order though. But I said, that would really help me if you could do this. I'll look into it. But she did it herself. She's a smart woman, and boom, that happened. And I think I found out like at what, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night on
Yeah.
Sunday. So that's what happened.
I love that. And I love end of the month. Like we were
Mhm.
texting back and forth, Julie and
Mhm.
I, and literally like 5 minutes to the close, she's like, my son's, has an order that he's putting in. And, like, so we were just waiting for the points to update. And it's just very exciting and amazing. So
Yeah.
congratulations. I'm just really proud of you. That was a big goal and you just committed and made that decision.
And no, you know what? Honestly, in hindsight, it really wasn't that hard
Yep.
I just kept using boards, and I kept on putting things on Facebook and reminding people, and using boards to text, this is the sale, this is the sale.
Mhm.
And just, I really wasn't that attached to the outcome. I just
Yeah.
knew that I did my part.
Yep.
That's all I want to say right there is like, I didn't get attached. It was going to happen. It was going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, that's the
I was right
secret.
there.
Because then you're kind of in that receiving joyful mode. And Shannon, do you mind sharing a little bit of what supported you in hitting those 6 UBT throughout your month? Um,
Sure.
and thanks,
Um,
Jen.
I mean, I just have always been talking about this for a long time, so I have that back support. But just talking to people and letting them know what's available. I mean, I call this the new fast food. This is my new fast food. So people that are on the go, I have children, so I'm around parents that are going to events and talking, and family members that have children that are just busy. Or even my stepmother has progressive MS, and it's hard for her. She's alone. It's hard for her to do things on her own, so she won't get up and make herself food. So, I think that that's a great opportunity for people that want something that would normally like stop at a drive-through. Or I went to Worlds of Fun and I didn't eat their Franken food. I took my shake stuff with me. So, and I was around a whole bunch of kids. It was
Mhm.
a school trip. So, just seeing people seeing that, living the life, and can really be just because they're interested in fast food. Like
Mhm.
they just, time is money, time is energy, the energy that it takes to put out making a meal, things like that. So, and then feeling better from it. At my party, my, what do you call it? Rita, help me.
Oh, yeah, your launch party. That was awesome.
What's the name?
Launch.
My launch party. My best friend came over. Yeah, launch. Yeah. My best friend came over and she had a migraine and she drank the green drink and her migraine went away. So, and she had it for days. So, that was great testimonials for me, just that alone. And then just, telling people, yeah, I mean, the people with migraines, I think it's a huge one for them. Any autoimmune conditions,
Mhm.
just talking to people about themselves. I
Yeah.
think really what their needs are is, and you do that probably just in passing anyway.
Yeah.
And then I'll just talk about what I do for myself, and then they're usually interested. Or I might give them an offer for, hey, you're having health issues. Am I'm wanting to learn to be a regenerative health specialist. Do you want to help me on my journey to have a consult? It's complimentary, um,
Mhm.
with a health generous, and it's going to help me. So they're helping me,
Yeah.
but they're gaining something from it.
Yeah.
So I think those are many key
I love that.
many key things. Talking being the number one, whether it's text or video or physically one-on-one with people. I think just showing up that's available, because people are looking for things that are available. I was looking for this for many years. I've talked to many companies like this and didn't even try their products because they had stevia and they had what they were considering healthy products, and I consider fillers and byproducts. So this was many years I've been looking for this, and people do know that. I do have that backing me a little bit. So that they know it's not just some fly by night thing coming from me. So that is a little bit helpful.
And that, thank you. I love that, just sharing authentically and sharing what you're up to. And I love getting people on an actual phone call. So I'll send them just like a quick text message of like, I'm usually talking to people more on the business. Like I just got very inspired by Dave's fertility call. Did anybody catch that one? Yeah. And so finding a call that just lights you up. And I just looked up hashtag fertility nutritionalists. And I just started meeting all of these people, and I started following their stories, and I started liking and commenting. And then just being like, hey, there's an amazing fertility and nutrition call that we're hosting. I'd love to invite you as my guest. Hi, Bailey. And most of them were like, I'm not free tomorrow, but please keep me posted on future events. And so I followed up with them and I said, the call was amazing. May I send you the replay? We're working with the top 1% of nutrient dense food. And I think this would be a very valuable resource for you because they're already working with hundreds of families that are trying to conceive, and we have the most amazing solution. So my notebook is full of just follow-ups and conversations from that one call. So that's one way to think about it, is just like, what are you excited about? What is lighting you up? See what calls are coming up this week and see who you can invite to. And I'll often attend the calls just because it inspires me. I start to think of all these people that it could be beneficial to, or a certain niche of practitioners or athletes, or people who are working with athletes that it could be beneficial to. So yeah, I love that. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Shannon, for those tips. So any questions? Was that helpful for you all as far as writing down the numbers and seeing what's possible?
Rita, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I struggle with the UBT.
Mhm.
It's not something I've ever achieved. And it's not easy for me to, like a lot of people, like, well, I want to try it. And I don't get them to do the smart order. So can you go through some language around how you get people to like just do it,
Yeah.
sign up and they
Yeah. So what I have been practicing recently, because I was having the same struggle, is I'll just say like, if they're ready, or like, is there any reason not to start today? That's kind of a good helping them jump into closing if they're ready. Is there any reason that you don't want to get started today if you're excited about everything you've seen?
Can I share something that's been helpful for me, Rita?
Yeah, please.
Lindsay, so what I focus on is the double the reward points for the customer. I'm like, this is going to be one of your biggest orders. You should get the double the reward points. And I always say too that I will contact them, and obviously you have to follow through and do this if you choose to use this technique. But I always say, I'm going to put this in my phone 3 days before your smart order is going to go out. I'm going to contact you and we're going to go over it. And that way, if you want to make any changes, we can do that together, so that they feel more comfortable, that they don't just have this order that's going to, that they might forget about. So those are like the two things I focus on a lot, is just getting them their double the reward points, and that I will help, I will be there to remind them, and we can go over it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that, Heidi. That's a great one.
yeah, that's great.
And often when they're ready to order, I'll just say, like, hey, here's the information I need from you. And I'll just say, credit card, what's your credit card info? What's your email address? And what's your mailing address? And then it takes me, 5 minutes to set up the order for them to make sure they're getting the correct order. Because you do have a lot of people that accidentally order the wrong power shake or the wrong mix. So this way I know that they're going to get the correct order. And I've already talked to them about the smart order. Like, I tell them my own story. Doing this for 90 days straight helped me to get to an athleticism and fitness that I haven't been in 15 years. So validating and letting people know, like, you're not going to want to run out of your superfoods. That's the worst. Shannon knows that too. Like, you're not going to want to run out. So I want to make sure you're set up for your maintenance program. And we see people have the best results after doing this for 90 days. So we'll start with your transformation, and then we'll follow you up with a maintenance program. And usually when I'm doing, like, a 10-minute health consultation with them, we hear what their needs are. And usually I'm like, okay, we're going to start with that transformation. And wow, you're having a hard time with energy. So let's add in that be energetic. And wow, you're also having, a hard time with sleeping and immune, or like you're having joint pain. So in your smart order, let's make sure you're set up for that joint support and that you're set up for that deep sleep. And that will be with like the core 4. So you're just making sure that their needs are met every step of the way and letting them know, like, in this 90-day window, you're going to see the best results. You're going to have the biggest transformation. And I want to bring you all the way through to that point. And we can change or cancel anything at any point. And there's that 60-day money back guarantee. So you're not committed to anything. But once they're like, yes, I'm ready for that smart order, I want to set it up, I'll just set it up for them. So it takes me an additional 5 minutes, but it's so worth it because of the fluidity, the ease for them. They have their smart order set up, and it's kind of boom, boom, boom. And then as far as filling my funnel so that I can hit the UBT, this is where I love your minimum daily reach out. So if you're building consistency, we're just building momentum. And so what I do is I have one notebook for prospecting or for outreach and follow-up. And then I'll just write down 1 through 10. And I just reach out to 10 people throughout the day. Either I'll have like a 1-hour follow-up session in my calendar daily. Or if you're like so many people on this call, busy mom, you can do it 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here. But I'm getting my 10 reach outs in a day. And when you do that every single day, you build your funnel, you build that momentum so that at a point when you're really excited about a call, you can invite people to that, or you can just follow up with everybody. And so also, if you're really busy, you can do a minimum of 2 people a day or 5 people a day. Like my craziest busy day, I can still always reach out to 2 people a day. And I know people that have written full books by doing 1 page a day, 1 journal entry a day. And so think about it long term, like 10 people, 10 people, 10 people. It's going to really fill that funnel so that you can easily start to get into that rhythm of 3. And maybe you do a mini marathon in there, or a couple mini marathons a month, but just whatever is going to get you in that consistency. And as you know, it takes like, 7 or so follow-ups. So I'll write down in my, 10 people a day, I have like Jessica. I'm going to follow up with her in 2 days. And I always say that in my texts that I'm sending out. Like if I'm like, hey, check out this video, I can't wait to hear your response, I'll follow up with you in 2 days. And then I write that down. So I have all of my follow-ups for the 8th, and then I'll be sure to follow up with all those people. And if somebody's like, I can't get, this is bad timing, but I'm really interested, can you follow up with me in 2 months or 3 weeks? I'll put that physically in my Google Calendar. So that's what I do to stay consistent, is have that minimum daily outreach, because that's the most important work. That's really the work, and doing that, it builds joy, it builds confidence. And obviously we're here, like if you have any questions about reaching out to people or building that confidence, then we're here for you. But like once you have that confidence, you don't want to stop reaching out to people. Like 10 is my minimum, and I'll often get more of that in. Is that helpful?
I have a question too. Um, this is super helpful and it gets me excited because I love connecting with people. I always say this on my videos because I'm a lonely single woman and I have too much time on my hand being alone, and it is fun connecting with you on Facebook. So come talk to me. I always say that. If there's something about that, there's something about engaging, you know. So my other question though is on the smart orders.
Mhm.
I have several ULTs out there that I'm, you know, communicating with. I try to connect with them at least once a week, see how they're doing, all that. They did not do their smart order.
Mhm.
What do you suggest? Because they wanted to try the product out first, and now that they liked it,
Mhm.
what do you suggest next?
I would
'Cause
just.
I did not get their credit card. I was really shy about that. I was shy about doing credit cards and all that. So
Mhm.
help me out.
And if there's somebody that's like, they don't want to share their credit card, or you don't know them super well, you can just say, hey, I'll walk you through setting up your order and your smart order. And it takes, like 5 minutes, and then they're doing it and they're learning that process. But if they didn't set one up, I like to just follow up with them and say, like, hey, I want to make sure you're getting the greatest savings. Can I share with you about our 3 and free program? And our 3 and free, once you set up a smart order, there's so many products on there that allow you to, get your 4th product for free. So I kind of just follow up with them. What are your goals moving forward? I'd love to help you get the most out of this. And again, just let them know it takes 90 days to see the biggest results. I'd love to help you get the greatest savings possible as well. And just text them and then see if you can get on a short, like 10-minute call. Figure out what their next goals are. If they need to get on a call with one of us, if they have questions about health stuff, we can figure out what their next steps are moving forward. And smart order always goes through the following month. So they might want to make an order this month and set up their smart order for the next month at the same time.
And they can always, if they're just trying it out, they can always stop that order before it goes out.
Mhm.
I just want to make that, I think that's one of the things that was scary. Once I learned that for people, I think it helped them a lot, because I misunderstood that when I was ordering, and I was thinking I was getting that order right now. So I had set it up. So I didn't get everything I wanted right away. So be sure that people know that whatever you're setting up, it's for the next month. It's not going to come, like if you set it up now, it's not going to come the 15th or whatever. If you set it up on the 15th, then it's going to be next month on the 15th.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I want to clarify. So now that so many of my customers, their order started this month. So if they set up the smart order, it won't come until like July. Is that right? So
Mm-hmm.
if they want their June, they need to just do another order and okay,
Yes.
maybe get their
Yes.
favorite products or whatever. A lot of them waited too. So I'm just going to check in with them all. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's great. And when you're checking in with them, also ask them, who do you know that would love to get the same results that you've gotten? And Leslie Zan, she really inspired me. 72% of her business in her last 2 years was all referrals, were all coming from customers and people she didn't know, just by asking, who do you know? So that's a lot of referrals coming in. And she had, $5,000 to $10,000 in sales each month just off of referrals.
I've definitely been doing that where I've who do you
Mhm.
know? Who do you know? Spread the
Mhm.
word. And
That's great. Yay. Um, So yeah, coming up with your daily minimum outreach, getting really excited about whatever calls are coming up, or if there's calls that have already inspired you. I love to think of like not just, yes, I definitely have friends that are working with fertility and I've reached out to them based on that call, but who's already working with that? Who's already impacting people in that way that this could be of great benefit to? And that kind of goes, to all of the calls.
Hey, Rita,
Yeah,
I've been gleaning off of Carrie Drinkwines.
yeah.
It's just easier for me to get to her stuff on YouTube than ours for some reason. So I've been really gleaning from the regenerative health page, and I get really excited. And the nice thing that I really like about it is it really talks very little about our products.
Mhm,
It's really about the health of the person and caring for them and the regenerative health aspect. So I love having that tool.
mhm.
I think that it's nice that it doesn't feel like we're shoving something down someone's throat,
Yeah.
but it is a factor that will help. So, but they have other factors that aren't unnecessary through our company. And so I think that that is also a nice slide, you know, light way to get into someone's paradigm.
Yeah, yeah, I so agree. And on Tuesday, tomorrow, Leslie Zan is going to be talking about networking in groups. So, like joining a local business networking group, or networking in different health groups. So, if you know that somebody's dealing with a specific thing, you can go back to those videos on Carrie Drinkwine's YouTube. And we have that all in our boards, on specific subjects, and you can network in groups that are subject based. Yeah, I love that. And I think between Dave's calls and those resources, you have so much covered on the health side. And then our ULT Tuesdays, we're doing health first half hour and business second half hour. And I've been sending those out to a ton of people. Those have been really helpful. Um, and then I did want to just share, I've been reading this book for my monthly um, just personal development, half hour a day. So this is a great one as far as the mindset piece goes. Because one of you mentioned, it was Julie, you mentioned how you really hit that goal by getting into the emotion of it. And our emotions are what create momentum. And so imagine like a train going in a direction that's really based on our emotional blueprint. And then you have a train going in another direction. So the reason that the RPM is so successful, and like every single week you guys have been coming back and being like, that RPM worked, I hit it. So we're going to do one of those together. But the reason it's so successful is you're getting into the emotion of what you want to create as though it's already done. And as we know, like wherever we focus our energy, we create. So if we're focusing on what we don't want, we're going to create more of what we don't want. And we have to kind of break that pattern and that momentum and start focusing on what we do want. And the more we focus on what we do want, as though it already is, you get into this momentum where it's inevitable, it's going to happen. So that's why, something like this is so helpful, or meditation, but it's just called Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. There's also the Audible version. And even just like 15 minutes a day of listening to that gets you on that trajectory, because we are all so powerful. I mean, we're all creators, we're all manifestors, and that's all we're doing in this work is getting into the receptive mode of what you want to see in the world, what you want to see more of in the world, whether that's healing, whether that's helping people, whether that's creating time freedom, whether that's creating financial freedom, just getting into that momentum. Yay. And then we also have our summer juice cleanse. So you can go onto my Instagram and check out the milkshake and my link and see how kind of I'm sharing it. But in our team boards, we have a whole board that's called Summer Juice Reset. So there's all the material and information in there for you to use. Um, and with social media, you know, I like to just document versus create. I got that from Gary Vee. You know, just document what you're excited about, what you're studying, what you just learned about. Oh, I just, you know, document why you're excited for the juice cleanse. You know, for me, it's just a matter of ease. You know, I don't have the time or energy to juice every single day, but I do have the time and energy to do, you know, the superfoods. So just sharing, documenting your process, because that's more authentic and people are going to relate to it and connect to it. And on social media, all we're doing is building trust and relationship, and that comes through authenticity. So my biggest tip there is just document versus create. Document your yoga class and why it made you feel good. You know, document this call. I saw Heidi just doing that. Like, you know, just document what you're doing, what actions you're getting into, what you're excited about, what you're learning in personal development, anything. Document you drinking your drinks, you know, because people are like, hey, what is that? I'm curious. I want to learn more. Or they see it enough and then they start to be like, wow, I've been watching you for so long and now I'm curious to learn more. So just fun and simple. And then it doesn't take time. You're not like spending all this time and energy creating, you're just documenting what you're already doing. Yay. And I would say one really awesome goal for everyone is just creating one new fast start director, you know, at whatever timeline or time frame, but having that as a goal, because there's nothing that builds your business more than like excited brand new people. And you know, like if your trajectory is I want to get to 2-star crown in a year, it's going to be going through following exactly what I shared first thing this morning. And I can send it to you, Bailey, but it's just following that map. And you know, obviously not everybody is going to hit UBT, and that's totally fine, but you're giving them the skill set, you're giving them the roadmap, the blueprint to be most successful, and it will happen through practice.
Can I just say too, having everybody witness me last week and like seeing Shannon all excited and happy and both of us, I just want to reach out to Lindsay and Haley and Bailey. Please reach out to us on Instagram and follow us too, so we can like follow each other. I'm just curious to get to know you ladies better and encourage you, and please encourage me. So I just want to give you that invitation. Please do. I'm Fountain of Youth Coaching on Instagram, and then Julie Dow on Facebook.
Yeah. And if everybody wants to just put in the chat your social media so you can all follow each other. And I highly recommend getting an accountability, a cross-line accountability buddy, where you can just simply share, like, I reached out to my 10 people today, or I reached out to my 5 people today, or, you know, just your actions as far as your reach outs are going. Because I'm doing that with Christina Amon, and it's so helpful to be accountable to somebody. And you guys, the way that you get to these bigger goals is just little tiny baby steps, little tiny wins over consistency over time. So that's why, you know, I love the daily minimum, because like I said, people have written an entire book just on one daily minimum of writing a page a day. And what that does is it keeps you in that consistency, it keeps you in that momentum, it builds your confidence, it builds your joy, it builds, you're taking those actions that lead to success, which create joy in your being. It creates satisfaction. Yay. So I want to honor everybody's time. I'm definitely open to do an RPM so we can close on that. Is there any other questions, comments, things that you're needing personal support in, or like how to move the needle forward? Good. Okay. Is there anyone that has a goal this week that you want to work towards that would like to do an RPM together? Elsa, yes.
I would love to hit UBT this week.
Woo! All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, let's do it. So let's grab a notebook. And again, the power of this is getting into the emotion of it, and we create through our emotions. So let's go ahead, everybody, just write down, make your 3 columns. That center column is result / outcome. That right column is purpose / why. And that left column is your MAP, your massive action plan. So result outcome, Elsa, 3 ULTs with a smart order. To hit UBT by Friday. At what time would you like to hit this by?
By Friday at 12 p.m.
12 p.m.
And that's my birthday.
Oh my God, happy birthday.
That's right. Yay.
Yay.
That's right.
We'll be celebrating you in many ways. I love it. Okay, and I'm gonna have you stand up for this next part. And anyone that wants to stand up as well and just get into the embodiment of this. And take a step back. Yeah. Get into your body, take a nice deep breath. And take one big step forward. Okay, it's Friday, 12 p.m., and you have completed your goal. You've hit UBT. You've successfully supported at least 3 people in a transformation with a smart order. How does it feel in your body?
I feel like some tingling energy running up through my hands and arms and into my chest and solar plexus area. There's a lot of like lightness in my body. I can feel my crown chakra really open and energy flowing down into me. I feel grounded, but like giggly at the same time. Like there's buoyancy in me. Like I'm just like floating around.
Mm.
There's so something coming out of my heart, like a warmness and more lightness coming out of my heart.
Mm-hmm. I feel that too. And who have you impacted now that you have achieved this goal?
I have impacted those 3 individuals. Specifically one woman that I know who has depression and anxiety, and her life is becoming much more lighter and brighter now. And she is going to be ecstatic about her results. So she's going to be influencing people around her just with her enthusiasm. The other 2 people that I have helped and influenced, they're both coaches, so they are going to be influencing a whole bunch of other people by inspiring them. by their own healing journeys. And I've helped myself by feeling a steadfastness within my devotion to my business and my practice and my purpose, and creating that consistency and integrity,
Mhm.
my own self-belief and my own self-worth. And I've helped my family and the people that I'm working pro bono with right now, because I am bringing more money into me, so that I can give back to them.
Mhm. Yes, I love that. And who have you become now that you have completed this goal?
I feel like I'm really stepping into like a much more powerful version of myself and like the leader that I want to be. I feel driven to be an inspiration to others and to illuminate the things in this earth that can actually make a change in people's lives. And yeah, stepping into my power.
Mhm. I love it. Beautiful. Anything else that you want to share? And one more question, actually, after you share.
There's something about, I don't know, my bigger purpose to be on this earth, and it's all connected underneath the skin, and I feel like I'm still finding it. And I think it has to do with procreation, and because that's what I'm working on with my own purpose. But I really feel lit up. I feel lit up in relation to fertility and helping people clean their bodies. And the deeper that I connect to this purpose within me and within my own journey, the more that I feel like I can step into, God, I want to find more powerful words, like a liberated, helping others liberate themselves into their own health in some way. You know, there's something along there that is shaking within me that I just want to say, but I don't have the words. So that's what I have right now.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And what does it mean to you now that you've created this goal and achieved this?
It means that I can have the life that I've always envisioned for myself and be worthy of everything that I desire.
Hmm. Aw. You are worthy.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And can you just squeeze your right hand to like embody and feel all of these feelings, these meanings, these emotions, the people that you've impacted, who you've become, that connection to your purpose, not only who you've impacted, but through that, the ripple impact that they're going to have, which is so huge and expansive. We just can't even possibly imagine the larger impact. And that tingling and that energy running through your arms and your solar plexus, and that lightness, and that crown chakra open, and that warmth in your heart. Really ground into all of these feelings. And I want you to come back to this as many times in a day as you can, into these emotions, into this embodiment, into this I amness, into this purpose. Awesome. Yay. Thank you for sharing. I love that. I'm going to read this back to you. I know we only have a couple of minutes left on the call. Not sure if anybody can stay an extra 5. If not, I love you all. Are you okay to stay a little bit longer, Elsa?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to have you write this down. Under purpose why, I feel tingling, energy running up my hands, arms, solar plexus. I feel lightness. My crown chakra is open. Energy flows down into me. It was funny when you were speaking all these things, I was feeling all of the same.
Awesome.
Yeah. I feel grounded, giggly, a buoyancy. I'm floating. I feel warmth and lightness in my heart. I've impacted 3 people, at least. And I'm just going to mention also planting hundreds of seeds, or, however many seeds in that process. I've helped a woman with anxiety and depression. Her life is lighter and brighter. And her enthusiasm will impact her community. I've impacted coaches who are going to inspire others by their own healing. I feel a devotion to my business, my practice, my purpose, consistency, integrity, self-belief, and self-worth. It allows me to help more people pro bono. I'm stepping into a more powerful version of myself. Driven to illuminate change. Stepping into my power. Aligning with bigger purpose. I feel lit up in relationship to fertility, helping people clean up their bodies. Helping people feel liberated. I have the life I've always envisioned, and I'm worthy of everything I deserve. And you shared some tears there. Yay. So still in this embodiment, it's already done. Go ahead and hop over to your MAP and just write stream of consciousness 3 to 5 points what action steps are you going to take to make this a reality?
I'm going to reach out for referrals. I'm going to reach out to 10 new people today. Specifically around the fertility stuff
Mhm.
that about. I'm going to follow up with some maybes that I had. I'm curious, Rita, do you have any suggestions for verbiage on somebody who is like, I'm really excited, I want to do it, but I need to wait 2 weeks, and now it's been 2 weeks and I'm following up. Should I
Mhm.
just say ready to go, or like,
Yeah,
or
you could just say, last time we chatted, you said you were going to be ready to go in a couple of weeks. And so, it's been 2 weeks and I just wanted to follow up with you and help you get started.
okay, awesome, thank you.
Mhm.
So follow up with maybes, and then what else? I am going to I want to watch a few more Product and Passions, just to get ideas for exciting things to share with people this week. Maybe so two more bids.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to go to Leslie Zann's call.
Mhm.
And I'm going to make a commitment to reach out to 10 people every day, 10 new people every day.
Awesome. / follow-ups.
Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And the only thing I would add to that list is getting into that embodiment piece of your purpose why
Yes. Thank you.
daily.
Daily why.
Mm-hmm. Is there a number that comes to you that you'd like to do that on either a daily basis or one time a day or 2 times? You know what I mean?
I have been working on creating a little morning routine for myself again this past week, of getting into the rhythm of doing some breath work in the morning. So I think I just want to tag it onto that.
Perfect.
And if it happens naturally in the rest of the day, I might revisit it too, but to make sure that my morning starts with my why.
Yeah. I love that. That's perfect. And that's creating that habit for yourself. And, the more that we're in that embodiment of that why, we're just building that momentum, the more quickly it happens. I love it. Beautiful. Perfect.
you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, I can't recommend that daily minimum enough for everyone, because that's what's going to build that consistency and make it fun and joyful. And then I'm always here if you're just like, hey, I'm having trouble with this, or hey, how would you deal with this, or how would you reach out to this person, or how would you follow up? Just shoot me a message. That's what I love about this collaborative work, as we can really support each other. And if anybody wants an accountability buddy, there's some amazing ones here. But that is one thing I would add, Ilsa, is just finding an accountability buddy that's running for a similar goal as you, so that you can just communicate your action steps for the day.
Love that.
Yay. Well, thank you all for staying on extra. I really value your time. Appreciate you all. Yay.
Thank you so much, Rita.
Yeah, good to see you. Have fun on your trip.
Thanks, everybody. Love you.
Thank you all for dancing with us.
Love you all.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, love you.